get right to it then. So we've got a great panel of security experts here, and when we get into a very obvious question, what would you say are the most common avenues for illegal behavior with NFTs?
Hugh, Director of Security Operations at CertiK. We do smart contract auditing, Web3 cybersecurity, monitoring, and alerting.
So, question?
Yeah, so what would you say are the main avenues for illegal behavior with NFTs these days?
Yeah, phishing is certainly a big problem. Most of that's related to hacks of people's social media accounts. I think this year we've tracked somewhere upwards of 850 to 900 that we've been able to catch. Discord hacks, amongst others, and almost all of those result in some kind of phishing link being posted. So that's easily the main avenue that people are losing their NFTs to malicious behavior.
So I actually have a question for you, Hugh. I mean this in the nicest way. Why is it still this bad? It feels like it's been like a year since the huge bull run, and it's still just as common that people are every day on Web3 is going great.
You know, I honestly don't know. You'd think when people are thinking about the Internet of Money, they'd also want to think about securing that Internet of Money, and really the security mindset that we would hope to see just isn't there. And I think a lot of it is you get people with good ideas. They're like, oh, we want to start this NFT project, we want to do that. They're artists or maybe developers, but they're not security people, and they think of it as an afterthought. Or they've hired a bunch of people they maybe don't know to moderate or operate their Discord or install bots that they saw in some tutorial without thinking about it, and then don't realize that those are all attack surfaces for either having their Discord hacked, having an insider do something nefarious or other ways. Really, in almost all cases, the human is the weak link, and it tends to be the case that we're seeing now.
So what can be done then?
Well, locking down your Discord, I think, would be the first step I would recommend to everyone. And education is a big thing. So especially for stopping phishing or even or ice phishing or any of these types of things, education goes a long way. In most cases, there are no surprise mints. Like that's almost always a scam. So we just need to be better about educating for these types of things.
On the education front, what is ice phishing?
Thank you. Actually, that's a new one to me.
So I
probably know what it is. I just don't know the acronym.
Simply put, it's generally where you've somehow been duped into signing a permission to your wallet that you didn't necessarily know about. So somebody is like, hey, you click authorization on a website, and that gives them access to your NFTs or other assets in your wallet. Simply put.
So how do you feel that the crypto industry is going to advance with that given tension between the kind of libertarian history and the need for people to not have their apes stolen every week?
We're in a hardening period right now. Like, as we raise the bar for preventing hacks and other things, as more security companies get into business, as people start to adopt that security mindset, it'll get harder for these things to happen. And ideally, we see the community come together and start to implement standards, just as they did with like open web standards, and even OWASP, the web application security protocols, things like that. We need to see that kind of start to happen within the Web3 space so that we start thinking about that internally, and then we kind of inform these regulators and other people that want to see that, so that we don't have them impose it on us from an unknowing space. And we need to come together in that aspect to present that to them.
And would you say that crypto has been lax when it comes to approaching regulation?
I think everybody fears it, but when it comes to approaching it, I don't think there's a lot of organizations that have really come together to say, hey, these are things that we need to do for these different types of protocols, these types of DeFi, NFT, et cetera, and really set standards for what we would say would be that minimum bar of requirement to participate in the ecosystem as a trusted player.
What are the auditing challenges specifically with NFTs?
Well, just like with any smart contract, they're going to have different functionality associated with them. So some of them are just minting contracts, but alongside of those, you're starting to see things like dynamic NFTs emerge. You're starting to see NFTs that are looking to share revenues and all these other things. So the more complexity you start adding into your NFT protocol, your contract, and the ecosystem around it, the more attack surfaces you start bringing into that. And it's not just simply a smart contract audit. You need to start thinking holistically about security from top to bottom. And I think we all saw many of us saw the post from one of the founders creators of Signal, where he kind of pointed this all out in great detail to everyone, how things are different and how there's a little bit of crossover there, a lot of crossover there between Web 2 and Web 3, and
wait,
how
you mean all the
everything's
MetaMask wallets are going
interconnected.
through the Inferno system?
Yeah. So really, you need to
very
be thinking
decentralized.
about lifecycle security instead of just kind of a narrow like, oh, we're fine if we get this smart contract out. It's like, no, you need to think about how all of that interacts with everything within the ecosystem as opposed to kind of narrow view.
What are you actually excited about in the security, in blockchain security right now? And in NFT security, if you can be that specific.
I mean, it's an exciting field. I think what we're really excited about is making it harder in the kind of whack-a-mole game that we play with bad actors, and really adapting to that. I think right now people have found it easy to have scams on all kinds of different platforms and to run phishing and all that. But we're also getting better at detecting it, tracking it, preventing it. The education piece. And the adversary is adapting, right? And so we're trying to adapt with them, and it is getting interesting finding different ways to detect ice phishing or to detect phishing and these other things. But also, there's the big challenges like how do we prevent bad actors from flash loaning and getting NFTs that are worth a lot of money and then giving that money back.
Hey, that one wasn't illegal, man. Props to the guy.
That's just it. Is it a feature or a bug or an exploit? Sometimes it's really hard to say. There's a lot of nuance in this.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.